Ed Thompson has deep roots, both in Ontario and the mining industry. With a career spanning almost 60 years, Ed has served as the bedrock on which many successful companies, organizations, and friendships have been built.
He's just one of those guys that keeps people together. I think the whole industry is like his family. He's Mr. Straight Arrow, actually. And he's the glue that holds people together.
First and foremost, he is a leader. He's very, he's an astute businessman. He's very fair and very, I think, understanding of other people's points of view.
Ed's great-grandparents were homesteaders in the Muskoka area of Ontario in the mid-1800s.
My great-grandfather, John Thompson, left the family farm north of Toronto in 1868. He and his young wife and my grandfather, who was 4 or 5, loaded up the ox team and spent 8 or 9 days moving up to the area north of Bracebridge, where they claimed some land at Beatrice and tried to make a living.
Ed was born in Utterson in 1936. Losing his mother at age 7, he was no stranger to hardship.
Well, it was we were subsistent farmers. My dad really couldn't read or write, so he worked in the lumber mill, and we grew our own vegetables and had a few farm animals. So we survived, but barely. It was very tough.
From 13 to 16 years old, Ed worked summers in a lumber mill. His first exposure to geology came at 16, while he was river driving logs to the pulp mills for Abitibi.
There was a lithium boom, and then the supervisors were running around with the pieces of spodumene in their hands and staking claims, and I thought that might be an interesting occupation, and late that summer I got an offer to go into University of Toronto, and I went in and registered for geological engineering. Never got out of it.
After graduating, Ed spent 10 years with the Keevil Mining Group, which is now Teck Resources.
He got us into the property that became Newfoundland Zinc. He was instrumental in getting the niobium mine or deposit in near Chicoutimi that we built jointly with Soquem, the Quebec government mining company. He was involved with the deal that got us into Bermuda, which indirectly got us into coal, without which we wouldn't be the second largest coal producer in the world today.
From the Keevil Mining Group, Ed went on together with Bill Gross to create Lacana Mining Corporation, which developed a number of producing mines.
We developed 6 gold-silver mines in Mexico, and we worked in Nevada in the U.S. And over that time period, we were involved through various syndicates with 8 other small gold mines in Nevada.
During his career, Ed worked with over 50 companies and been involved with over 40 mines.
It's amazing the number of properties that other companies get a hold of, and Ed has already been there. He was there 20 or 30 years ago, so he's very well known, very well respected in the industry as a whole.
It's always very satisfactory to go to a mine opening. I went to many of them over the years, and it's nice to see it because it's a lot of effort, and often it takes 20 or 25 years to get the mine going.
Well, he's not a promoter. He's a true engineer's engineer. He's a doer.
He's not a procrastinator. If Nike hadn't invented the phrase "just do it," Ed would have, because that's, I think, one of his talents. He just gets it done.
Ed was always one step ahead, whether it was developing a computer program to aid property evaluation, using the latest surveying techniques, or introducing heap bleaching at Lacana's Pinson mine. Over the years, Ed has given generously both time and money to industry and charitable organizations, including his family church and the Marie Thompson Gallbladder Research Fund at the Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation, named for his first wife, who passed away in 2009.
With the PDAC and with the Mining Hall of Fame and with Mining Matters, all of these things, it's a credit to him. What he's done for the industry.
Ed was instrumental in founding the Canadian Mining Hall of Fame and has done more than anyone over the last 30 years to make it a successful institution for the Canadian mining industry.
It's been a great success, though we struggled in the first 10 years. and now we have a sellout crowd with 1,000 people every year.
Ed has been involved with the PDAC since 1957, over the years serving as Vice President, President, and Chair of the Convention Committee, and he started the annual awards.
So we went from essentially an Ontario-based prospecting group to a worldwide organization with 24,000 or 25,000 people attending the convention yearly from 110 countries around the world. I had a great time for about 40 years chairing the awards committee, so that very satisfactory, giving out awards to people that have achieved substantial objectives in the business.
Ed has always been strongly committed to family, and now gets to enjoy more time with them since his recent retirement at 81 years old.
I'm not too busy these days. Sally and I are just enjoying life and grandchildren and doing a fair amount of traveling. I think I've earned it.